stole a wary sniff. This hole definitely had some intent. It was square and lined with wood. Fixed to one side was a wooden ladder whose first rungs had almost rotted away. The ladder went farther into the hole than Ada could see. She dropped her stick in and watched the hole swallow it. She didn't hear it land. Her mind began to dance. What lay at the bottom of the hole? Did the hole even have a bottom? Or did it go right through the earth? What would happen to her if she dropped into the hole? A pleasant tremor of danger passed through her. She squatted next to PJ for comfort. Then she stood up and pushed some dried leaves and twigs into the hole with her foot and leaned over to watch them fall. The sight made her vision almost black with dizziness, and she ran back through the bush as if something were chasing her, even if it was just the thought of climbing down into that hole. She ran home to get the others. There was no point in climbing into the hole if nobody saw her do it. Tilly was at the window, reading. She uncurled her legs and frowned disbelievingly. "Don't tell, Mum, or we won't be allowed to go there." She sighed, as if weary of the hole before she had seen it. Let her be bored. Tilly was already 17 and had taken on grown-up airs. But after Ada had rounded up the Littles, and Raph Cavallo and Ben, Tilly decided she would come, after all. Ada led them through the bush to the old windmill. She was planning to show Raph her trees, especially William Blake, who was the largest, a blue gum. Ada had found names for the trees on the spines of her mother's books. In her mind, Emily Dickinson, who was a black-tailed wallaby, was standing nearby, marveling at Ada's courage. But Emily Dickinson wasn't there, and Ada didn't tell Raph anything about William Blake. Instead, as they all followed her through the bush, she bloated up with a shy sort of importance, so that she marched irreverently, like a grown-up, ignoring the trees. When Tilly saw the endless hole, she pretended it wasn't anything. She said it was a mine shaft left over from the gold rush. She walked back through the bush without even dropping a stone into the hole. Ada watched her disappear into the tea tree and fumed. Tilly had ruined the hole's mystery. Tilly had named it, though it was too full of gloom and portent to be gathered up into a name. Raph watched her go too. He watched her intently for ages, and he jerked his head away as if he'd been stung. He picked up a stone and flung it at the windmill blades, which it hit and ricocheted off. None of the others cared, though. It was clear that the most thrilling way to use the hole was to dare to climb down the ladder and to see how far it went. "I'll go first, since I am the one who discovered it," Ada declared. If she went first, before the big boys, everyone would know Ada Bloom was someone. The hardest part was that the first rungs were rotting. If her foot slipped or a rung gave way, she would fall down the hole like that stick. She went as fast as she could, so as not to leave her weight anywhere for too long. Tilly was wrong. The hole was alive, swarming with secret blackness and doom. Ada could feel it. Hidden there were the earth's insides, the unseen, long-silenced, rattling bones of life's endings. And it reached up and around her with a cold-tongue quiet. She drew herself into a tight fist of concentration and went deeper, down into elsewhere, while the world faded and the bush sounds hushed, and the daylight shrunk itself into a heartbeat of brightness above her. Ben was shouting at her. The panic in his voice came chasing her down the hole. Her stomach unfurled. If she didn't get up right away, she would fall. She raced against the old windmill, against its endless, obliterating hole. A monstrous, unholy death had her within its grasp. She reached the top and wriggled out, blinking in the light and gasping with relief. Ben glared at her. "You shouldn't have done that, Ada," he said. But Ada was elated. She had gone so close to death and escaped it. She gazed up triumphantly at Raph Cavallo. For one glorious moment, their grins burst together in a conspiratorial fire, but in the same instant, Raph trampled it all with a snort of laughter. "Crazy kid," he said. "You could have died." 2.